Today in practice, it was only an hour, not even an hour, it's 50 minutes. Got in, got their work done. Hurts looked very, very good in practice. The defense, I think the offense won today. I tell you what, man, 11 is a beast, man. I don't know where they got Brown from. I mean, if they molded, they took him out of molten rock or whatever, but he looks good, man. I mean, he's catching everything you throw at him. He's going to be such a viable asset. Like I told you, what's the word I used on Monday? Trust. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. The trust factor. Those two trust each other. And the biggest thing Hurts trust that Brown's going to catch the ball. And that's the biggest thing, man. Once you got that trust, you don't feel like you're delayed in pulling the trigger because you know your guy will go get it.
All right, let me ask you, Barrett. We were just throwing this around. Now, were you at practice today, or were you not able to get down there?
No, I was in practice. Yeah, I was in practice today.
All right, well, let's start there. Give us your impressions of what you saw. And I know the big thing coming out of that is the starters are going to get a little bit of time on Friday against the Jets.
Yes.
So let's start
there.
They had
like 2 series, which 2 series could equate to maybe even a full quarter, considering the fact, how things are going. If things go right, those long drives you usually do when you run the ball successfully. Right. Usually have long drives. So maybe they do get an entire quarter. I just want to see, this offense for once go out there and let's see what they can do. Today in practice, it was only an hour, not even an hour, it's 50 minutes. Got in, got their work done. Hurts looked very, very good in practice. The defense, I think the offense won today. I tell you what, man, 11 is a beast, man. I don't know where they got Brown from. I mean, if they molded, they took him out of molten rock or whatever, but he looks good, man. I mean, he's catching everything you throw at him. He's going to be such a viable asset. Like I told you, what was the word I used on Monday? Trust. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. The trust factor. Those two trust each other. And the biggest thing Hurts trust that Brown's going to catch the ball. And that's the biggest thing, man. Once you got that trust, you don't feel like you're delayed in pulling the trigger because you know your guy will go get it. He gives you a more forgiving catch radius. Now, everybody just talk about huge catch radius. He's got, long arms. No, he gives a forgiving catch radius, meaning he can throw a very forgiving ball and they know that wide receiver go get it and catch it regardless. Yep. It's no longer 50-50 balls when you're dealing with him. It's 70-30 balls. So that was good. I tell you, Minshew had a pretty good practice, even though he did throw a pick. They showed a little pony with 2 running backs. Now, both,
who was it? Was it Miles and Boston Scott or Miles and Gainwell? Who was it? Who were the 2 running?
No, both Gainwell and Scott are out right now.
Oh, okay.
They're both out. So it was
Huntley?
Huntley. It was Huntley, him and Huntley.
Okay.
Now they ran a play, but it got blown up, So,
all right.
I mean, still just having that 12 personnel, 21 personnel, 2 running backs, 1 tight end. That's hard for defenses to really throw out a defense to combat that. What do you get a passing defense out there because they might throw the ball, then you run the ball, or it could be a run defense and they can pass the ball on you. So that's really hard. It's just like 12 personnel. It's really hard to defend those type of things. Defensively, I'll tell you what, those cornerbacks are good, man. All 3 of them are good, man. I mean, really, really good. And the guys in back of them, Epps had another, great practice. Watch a little bit of Nakobe Dean. He's getting it. He's finally getting it. He's starting to be where he's supposed to be. I mean, they didn't have any pads on. You really didn't know what he was going to do when he got there, but he's where he's supposed to be at. He's covered who he's supposed to cover. It doesn't look like the game's too big for him anymore. He's starting to fall into place, and he's going to be okay. Offensive line look good. They're getting guys back.
How'd Juergens look at with the ones at center?
Great, because you really can't do it. You really can't say anything how they're going to play or anything else when they're when they don't have any pads on. Once again, it's just a speed walkthrough when you do that. So but I mean they did look good. They look crisp. I'll tell you what. Sweat might have double digits this year. You heard it first right here.
Yeah, Lane Johnson was singing his praises yesterday, Barrett. We were just talking about that. He's due. I think he gets it for a full 17 as opposed to he kind of get him in spurts sometimes early. He's he could be monstrous for this team.
Right. So he's gonna be good. What are the negatives? Hurts still needs to get going. He still needs to go through his progressions a little bit faster, but he's going through them faster than he did it before. He understands where guys are supposed to be at. He sees things. He's not afraid to throw the ball. But still, though, I think if he pulls the trigger just a little bit faster, things will be a lot easier for him, and it'll open up this offense a lot more. You know what I'm saying? It'll open up a lot more. And he's looking good, man. He's looking really, really good. You know what? I don't know what's going on special teams. I mean,
what do you mean?
Like who's going to be returning? Britton Covey may make this team.
They had Rager. They had Rager listed as first on the return game, which is interesting. It tells me they're giving him every chance possible to make this team.
That's what they're going to do because he's a first-round pick.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So
they're going to give him every opportunity possible to make the squad. I mean, first-round pick, you're going to get that. But there's little things, like I was sitting there watching. I was watching with Dave Zangaro, and they were doing this little drill where punt return. So they'll give them a ball, they'll punt it up, and while they're punting it, just before the ball gets to them, they throw the ball they have in their hand up in the air, catch the punt, and still go catch the ball they threw in the air.
Oh man!
And Covey was the only one that could do it. He's the only one to do it.
You know what you notice with him, and again, I am not down there like you are. I just see highlights. He looks very smooth in his catch, in the mechanics of everything. He looks smooth.
Even at the receiver position, he looks comfortable in there, man. I'm telling you, he might be and I'm not just saying it because he's a white guy, but I'm just saying he could be the next Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, what I'm saying? That type of player. Smallerish wide receivers that fit in the slot, that play fast, play quick. Yep. He could be that guy.
Cole Beasley.
Yeah, Cole Beasley. That's exactly the framework he is. You know what I'm saying? Now, if there was small black guys that played the position, I'd say their names, but I don't see too many.
I hear it. I hear it. Look, he is going to be a guy that I think they're not going to be able to hide on a practice squad. Someone's going to grab him up if that's the way it goes.
And I think that's what's going to scare him because more opportunities he gets, he's going to take advantage of them because he's older, man. He understands, but he's not a young pup. He's a Mormon, so he did a
he did a mission. He's like 24, 25 years old.
Yeah. So he's older. You know what I'm saying? That's why, he understands he has a short amount of time to maximize his experience, and he's going to make sure he's getting everything he can out of it.
Yeah. Well, where do you stand, Barry? I'm in favor of the starters getting a little touch. Some people, the injury risk is too big for them. Where are you at?
They need to get some reps. You can't.
Thank you.
To me, you can't you can't hold yourself back. You can get injured at any time.
Yeah,
they cannot play the whole entire preseason, just like Brandon Graham did.
Right,
and still got hurt the first and second game.
Yeah,
you never know. I mean, it is statistically accurate that if you're not out there, you won't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Right. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
But how do you get the speed of the game? How do you get the offense going? Now, they came out their first game against Atlanta and blew them away, but everybody did it to Atlanta after that. We thought Atlanta was going to be good, so it kind of
their defense especially stunk.
Exactly.
At that point season, yeah.
So we thought it was a misconception. It was a misconception with us that they were going to be good, and they weren't good. And they were bad, and kind of filled us up a little bit.
Yep.
But false hope. But I truly believe that this team can go out there and play a lot better than what we're giving them credit for.
All right, it's going to be interesting. Well, so Hurts, okay, some things you like, some things you didn't. Brown continues to crush it. Defensively, Nakobe Dean kind of getting it a little bit here. And Rager met with the media afterwards, and he said basically, look, it's been humbling. I still want to be here, all this other stuff. He looked good today, right? I mean, that's what we're hearing, and he's had a pretty decent camp so far.
Yes, well, at this point, he deserves to be on the field. I mean, if I'm not looking at any of the evaluations from last year, I'm just strictly looking at what he's doing right now. He belongs on this team. He's showing that he's a better wide receiver than the second half of guys they have on the team. Mm-hmm. He looks like him and Covey about neck to neck. You know what I'm saying, as far as what they do. But he is better than Hightower. You know,
yeah.
that's saying like
it feels like Hightower's in big trouble here. I mean, it's right.
They're still giving him every opportunity, though. They're still going to give him every opportunity to make the team because he's a draft pick. You know, and that's one of Howie's guys.
Yeah.
But you know, he's better than a lot of guys that on the roster. Even though the bottom half of the roster looks pretty good,
right?
He's still better than most of the guys. You know, he's better than when I look at the roster. I'm looking at he's Deion Kane. He's better than him.
Okay.
He's better than Greg Ward. You know what I mean? He's better than that guy.
Yeah, I think he's going to make it.
Wait, you think Hightower's better than Ward?
No. I'm talking about Jalen Reagor.
Reagor, okay.
Yeah, right. Don't be saying that, man. You gonna put that in my? Don't put my name on that, man. What you doing? Come on,
I just had to ask the question. I just wanted to clarify.
Don't do me like
That's
that,
all.
Man.
I just had to clarify. That's all I'm doing.
All right, so let's come back. Let's hit it.
You only come here part time, so don't come in here raising your voice at me.
I know it doesn't take. It only takes 45 minutes for
shots fired. He forgets my name.
He played in 20 golf tournaments. He has all these other commitments. We're an afterthought, Rob. It's like the stepbrother finally arrived.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness. That's how you guys gonna treat me. That's how you gonna treat me.
You guy. I got you, man. I got your back. It's your
there you go. You guy. Yeah.
It's that guy. It's the other guy. All right. So we're gonna come back. I want to hit you with. We didn't get a chance to get to it, Gunner and I. Under the radar Eagles, Barrett. Guys along the lines of Avonte.
Wait,
Maddox.
you didn't ask him the other question.
I'll ask him that too. We'll also when we get back hit you with who you have the most belief in, Sirianni, Steichen, or Gannon. Okay, I will hit you with that.
That's tough.
I'll hit you with that. We'll do all that when we get back. Don't go anywhere. Barrett Brooks, catch your breath. Barrett, Derek Gunn, Rob Ellis. We're Sports Take. All right, I want to tell you about my friends at Pro Action Restoration. If you're a home or business owner, you've experienced the inconvenience of water, fire, smoke damage, whatever the case may be, reach out to Pro Action. They're on call 24 hours, 7 days a week. They're licensed, bonded, fully insured, serving the tri-state area for more than 2 decades. Pro Action will work in conjunction with your insurance company. Give them a call, 610-623-3760, 610-623-3760, or online at proactionrestoration.com. That's proactionrestoration.com.